Welcome to my third tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to cover 10 more methods that are really useful in JavaScript. The first one that I want to explain is called ABS. What ABS is going to do, ABS is going to return an absolute value of a number. Let me show you what I mean by this. So here I can pass alert, you can see it, and ABS is a method of math, so here you need to call the math object. So after this, we can refer to one of the property or methods that math object can call. So here we can pass a number that is going to return the absolute value of this number. So if I save it and you see this number right in this exactly number here, but nothing special, right? What if I wanted to put a minus here? This is also going to return this number with no minus, because as I told, the ABS is going to return the absolute value of a number. The other method here is called SEEL. SEEL is going to seal a number for you, for us, for each programmer. So here I can pass a seal, and this is going to seal a number. So here if I put a floating point to it, this is going to get over of its floating point, add 1 to this number and alert it. So I save it. Here you see that we get 235. Here is 234. It means that 1 increased to this number. So we have the floor, which is floor number. Here I can pass the floor, and also this is going to work for a floating point number. So now it's going to just get over of its floating point. Now if I save it, you see that it gets over of its floating point and just return the absolute or the pure number. Other one is called round. Round is also going to do the same things with the floor. So here I can put the round, and it's going to get over of its floating point. So if I save it, you see that got over of its floating point. It just returned the pure number. The other method here is called pow. What pow is going to do? Pow is stands for power. Is going to power a number to another number. Here I can pass the pow, and it's going to take two numbers here. So the first one here this is the number that we wanted to multiply it, and the other one is how many times you wanted to multiply. So here for example, I can pass 2. So now if I save it, and you see that we get pow. Sorry, you don't have to put that. You have to put the comma. So now if I save it, here you see that we get 4. That means that this one, let me see, see, this one is multiplied by itself 2 times. It means that 2 is times 2. So if I come here and pass 3, this is going to multiply 2 by 2 and by 2. So now if I came here and save it, you'll see that we get a number of 8. That means that it's times 2 by 2 and 2. So after that we have another one which is called max. May you guess it, but it's going to do max is going to search for a maximum number between a series of numbers. So here I can pass a random number like this. So now this is going to search for the maximum value in this series of numbers. So if I save it, you see that it's returned me 44, because this is the biggest, the largest number between these series of numbers. We have the main, which search for the minimum value in a series of numbers. So here I can pass the main, and you see that it will return this one, the minimum, the smallest number. So if I save it, see that it returned me 23, because 23 is the smallest number between these series of numbers. The other one is called round. Round is random. Random is really useful, and you're gonna use it most of the time in your code, and it's really useful. What random do, random function method do, random method generate a random number between 0 and 1. So now if I came here, save it, you see that it returned me a random number. So if I refresh it, every time you see that it generates me a new random value between 0 and 1. Don't forget that here is a point, which means this is a floating point number and it's less than 1. So every time I refresh it, it generates me a new random value between 0 and 1. So what if I wanted to generate a random number between 0 and 10? How can I do that? You can pass the round method here, then inside this you can call math.random. So this is going to generate a random number between 0 and 1, and that is around using this one. So now you have a pure number with no floating point. You can easily multiply it by which number you wanted to generate for. So this is not going to exactly return a number between 1 till 10. It's going to generate a random number between 0 and 9. If you want to make it exactly to return between 0 and 10, you can assign or add it to 1, and this is going to return what you want. So if I save it, and here you see that it returned me 7. If I refresh it, return me 10. And every time I refresh it, it's going to generate a random number. If you want to bigger number than this, you can pass whatever you want, and it's going to generate those numbers that you like. So the other method is called to-fix. To-fix is not actually to fix it is not actually a method of math, it's a method of number, and it's going to work whenever there is a number. So here I declare a variable called a number and assign it to a number with floating point. To-fix is telling that how many floating points you need. So here I can come and alert it and call the number, and I want to fix it. So to fix it, and how many floating points you need, you can pass here. For example, I can pass, and this is only takes 2 floating points and ignore others. So if I save it, here you see that I only get 12 and other are ignored. The other method, which is actually from the array methods, is called AND-shift. It's really useful, and you're gonna use it in your code. So here I declare a variable, call it number again, and assign some series of some number here. So now AND-shift is pass or push a number to the first of an array series. Here I can come and say number dot AND-shift and pass the value that you wanted to push to the first of an array. Here I want to pass the 888. Now if I came here and alert the number, you'll see that this 88 is passed here. So if I save it, and you see that this 88 is here. So these were from the 10 most useful methods of JavaScript, and wait for go watch for more. Bye.